Jenna Bush Hager recalls comedians mocking members of her family while discussing Jimmy Kimmel. That's part of the job. Jenna Bush Hager is no stranger to comedians poking fun at her political family. The 43-year-old Today co-host is the daughter of former President George W. Bush and the granddaughter of former President George H.W. Bush. On Wednesday, September 24, Jenna gave her candid opinion of late-night comedian Jimmy Kimmel's public response to the controversy surrounding his comments about President Donald Trump and the murder of conservative political organizer Charlie Kirk. 1 week prior, an ABC spokesperson told People that the Disney-owned broadcast network would be pulling Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air indefinitely, prompting days of uncertainty about the show's future. Kimmel returned to his show on Tuesday, September 23rd, clarifying his comments about the aftermath of Kirk's death. "It's important to me as a human, and that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man," he said through tears. Jenna praised Kimmel's response on Today with Jenna and Friends, saying, "I thought that was beautifully done." She added, "I longed for a country where, and I feel like we can get back there, but where people that have different opinions sit at the same table and have conversations." The longtime morning show co-host also acknowledged her own family's history with comedians making jokes about them. The mother of three noted, "I will also say that freedom of speech, and when he said, a show like this that can make jokes at people in power, that's part of what our country is founded on." She then went on to reference Saturday Night Live comedian Dana Carvey, who played her grandfather on the NBC sketch comedy series. Jenna said, "I remember reading stuff about him where I was like, oh gosh, like as a little kid, and that hurts, and that's not the man that I know, and that's part of the job. Dana Carvey played my grandpa, and after he lost, my grandfather was devastated. He didn't feel like he finished the job. He felt like he let down his staff. He had Dana come to the White House to make fun of him after he lost so he could cheer up his staff, who was disappointed upon the results. George H.W. Bush lost the 1992 election to President Bill Clinton, who served 2 terms before George W. Bush was elected president. Jenna, who was also portrayed on SNL during her father's presidency, noted, "We laughed hysterically at some of it, and that's part of it too, is you can't take yourself so seriously." Prior to taking on the 4th hour of the Today Show solo with guest co-hosts back in January after Hoda Kotb exited the role, Jenna said that she and her former co-host discussed their show's purpose regularly. She shared, "I feel so lucky to work at a show where people have different opinions and believe different things, come together. Hoda and I always said, and I remember this is true, we used to make fun of ourselves." She added that despite regularly joking about their work, Jenna and Kotb felt a responsibility to keep people company. She said that, "We let people take off the heavy backpack and have some laughs and some relief, and that's a privilege." Following Kimmel's reinstatement on ABC, President Trump posted on Truth Social that he can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back, adding, "The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. Something happened between then and now because his audience is gone and his talent was never there."